That's right, folks. This pizza party's getting even crazier within these pitches. This is Acid Who's Wired. Welcome to part 4. Let's play Tekken 4 as far as these pitches can happen. So yeah, within this particular pair, this is a new fighter, so it's another 2 shots up that you're going to be within, like the drinking game from the previous episode. That's still going in route with some of these type pitches, so enjoy within these factions. Obviously, within the safety behind it, if just within the fair, depending upon what you're sipping on, some of these type pairs, if you cannot handle, like, a good 5, 6, 7, 8 shots of vodka or with some of these type pairs that you have, just watch your weight limit within these pitches, but it's just kind of product. But yeah, this particular fire is a new type 1. It's pretty slick type factor. Some of these type pitches makes me just kind of question within these fairs about how this fight would have fared on like a larger difficulty. But keep in mind, I probably will tackle this again. I might even do it twice with Paul as well. I do know that I'm going to try to play through like a particular arcade mode with Jin within some of these types of pitches within these products. Just got to stay within the house. I was thinking about losing this guy a little bit, but I think that's the only real thing. The thing about arcade mode is just as far as these pitches going to happen, just within the fair, talking about that it is a pretty quick sum up to kind of get, at least on easy mode within the fair if you know what you're doing. It's this kind of pitch. Probably when I play this on medium, I would suspect that this might not be beaten in just 2 episodes. This kind of pitch. I think that's the one weakness towards this. I just was able to complete this in less than 13 minutes. That's why these are kind of snappy, but it's this kind of pitch. So it's basically kind of munchies, fairs like that. So yeah, just the after product just it enhances it further with this just being played in the nighttime pitch like that. This guy's a real ass clown. I hate this guy. And it's not like I don't actually hate him as a character. He's a pretty slick character pitch like that, but I hate fighting him just because he always has these tricks and techniques that happen to. He is a quicker fighter and he knows how to fight even on easy. So it's just kind of pitch as far as saying this is one of those type ones that probably will piss you off. Have a few maybe within certain senses, I could see probably this being on hard or extreme difficulty, something like that. Probably a controller or something like that can get broken. It's not to say like that rage induced, but just the pitch for us are just annoying. Some of those type of apparently you can charge attacks, and I didn't realize either. It's kind of pitch. I need to have Paul do that. Maybe he could kick him off the skyscraper or something like that. One of those type of tones. But I wonder if there are ring outs on this. I wonder if if it does that like Mortal Kombat, some of those type of areas. But just being able to say, regardless of that, just some pizza type factor to kick back to pitches like that. But this is one where you don't have to take as many drink type air pitches like that. But yeah, just being able to say, so yeah, this playlist is really starting to bolster up. So this kind of pitch as far as saying, so I'd say we're probably about 40 minutes in, maybe 35, 40, something like that within those tones as far as the pitch kind of happens. I do need to fuck around and get towards like the conduct of this, getting a lot more of these kind of done. But the thing about most of these playthroughs is the pitch that they are going to kind of dredge on with some of these type of aspects. There's just certain instances, just like with the Van Helsing, for folks who don't know, if you're finding this just randomly pitched like that, I have another playthrough of a game called Van Helsing, which was a movie, had Hugh Jackman in the movie pitched like that, but it took me like 8 videos just to get past, 8, 9, 10 videos just to get past stage 1, just to say like that. It's just kind of annoying. That's what's going to happen in this particular playthrough for folks getting to later episodes. Just realize that just like the previous couple of episodes 1 and 2, where I forgot to save in that particular pair, it's just kind of pitch. I realized that the next episode, episodes 5 and 6 at least, is definitely going to be at least episodes 5 and 6, but I'm going to tackle arcade mode as Jin, so we're going to be seeing some more characters just to see what happens. I forget how many fighters are particularly in arcade mode that you fight at a time, but I'm going to particularly, I do kind of wish that there would be cutscenes. I know that's probably, I think I said this in a previous episode, that's reserved for story mode, but would have been an interesting time. Would have been an interesting type pitch to have gotten some further type fare within the aspect of just seeing some degree of cutscene type fare that could have had like aspects about it. It's good extra type fare, but I look after at this Heihachi character is pretty annoying within pitches like that, but it's probably going to be even worse on medium, just being able to say that. But episode 5, Jin tackles some of these type of fares, and to say, are you, afterwards wired, are you going to do another drinking game pitch like that? It's kind of the fair. I mean, that's kind of within the aspect. I mean, you got some good drinks in your system. I think you got at least 5, 6 shots. I mean, yeah, if you obviously taking 2 shots for every new fire, I think you were at least 6 shots up. So this is kind of pitch as far as saying, but that's good within the tangent behind it. But just depending upon how that particular fair kind of goes, it's still a pitch as far as saying it's just it's probably gonna have your gut and veins warm a little bit like that, just enough to kind of get going within pitches. But it's just kind of fair as far as saying it's just a good It's nice kind of feel the burn type aspect within some of the side tones, but it's this kind of pitch, don't burn down the house, something like that. Don't forget that the pizza's in the oven. Shout out if you actually, not to say to actually do it, but if you do have to remember to get a pizza and it's getting a little burnt, just something like that, just being able to say some of those type tangents was the pitch as far as saying if you have pizza in the toaster oven, pay attention to that, some of those type errors in the aspect. But yeah, I saved this time, so it's definitely the difference. So we're going to make progress. It will happen in parts 5 and 6, some of these type fares. But the standard type pitches, hopefully for y'all, it's like, I have to resuscitate like the concept of watching playthroughs like this at like 2 o'clock in the morning. It just seems things are just getting a little bit too pussy within these type times. Everyone going to sleep at like 10 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, pitches like that. We need to get back to Adult Swim type hours, some of these type pitches, as far as saying watching some of these type of games, going for a night run, because that's what this playthrough is going to be. You can watch this from 6 o'clock at night to probably like 6 o'clock in the morning and have absolutely no problems with that. I recommend it, so stay tuned for that Jin playthrough that's coming along the way as far as these pitches going to happen. I was going to be able to say, and I learned how to get back to the standard haircut. So Paul with his Tekken 3 haircut, I think you have to press like triangle, one of the different buttons as far as this phrase. I will do that in later type pitches to get towards that as well. But just being able to say, folks, that's arcade mode, at least in one setting on easy mode. We'll get the Jin next time. We'll try to see some more characters. The drinking game might continue, but stay tuned for it. Just realize it's going to be a burning ass night pitch like that, definitely.